Hello, hello.
We've made it to the finish line.
We have
Oh my God.
episodes 19 and 20, the decision day and the reunion. I didn't realize the union came out like right after.
Yeah.
So, whew, what a time.
We had a great time watching. Let me just tell you. I had
That reunion gave me life. Like one of the best I've seen, I think, like of a reality TV reunion. Like they asked the right questions. They did a good job of like letting people talk to each other. The people who were in the audience was a lot of tea. And then the host, they was just like, they was cutting to the chase in a few situations. So I was like, this is very good.
Do you feel like there's any like questions left that like weren't answered for you?
The one thing, and they got into it just a little bit, but I wanted more on the like Mecca Caitlin
Yeah,
situation.
me
I
too.
thought
Like,
that they only scratched the surface, and I'm like, we could have had some follow ups.
I agree. Like no one directly asks like, are y'all trying to be together?
Right.
The way Belle did say was
She
good, Devin.
said,
You think she saw our we know Devin saw our
yep.
content.
Mhm. Hey,
But
Devin. He gave us a like too. Hey, friend. No, like she said, if we're pulling people for chats, I would have been pulled Devin.
he didn't give no
Oh.
energy back, and I was a little sad by that.
Hmm.
He didn't give no energy back, and I
Yeah.
was a little sad. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I want to say is like an overall comment before we get into like the couples. So going into this, like after the decision day, I kind of was like, damn, I've kind of been standing up for the matchmakers, but they might have done a terrible job. They might have made some real mistakes here. But then when we get to the reunion, we found out so many of them lied, and not necessarily malicious lying, but being dishonest either with themselves or with the matchmakers. Like Adam straight up said, I don't care if she's that athletic, as long as it's enough. She doesn't have to match me. Then all of a sudden, I need Olympic world athlete.
yeah.
And like, I think Mecca lied about being open to all races. I think obviously Felipe lied about all kinds of shit. And I'm like, y'all didn't. I almost blame the matchmakers, and maybe they still deserve a little bit of blame because I feel like if Felipe was showing up late and doing the stuff he was doing, it already showed that he wasn't serious. But they wasn't telling the truth.
Now, are Paul and Lisa considered the matchmakers? Are they the matchmakers or
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that they're actually the matchmakers. Like, let's just be real.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Their teams or something. Yeah.
these people were casted to be entertaining and to create mess, and I do
Yeah.
thank them for that. I do feel bad for the women who had to deal with the mess, but they knew what they were doing casting Felipe. I don't know, maybe not Adam, but they knew what they were doing casting Felipe. They did.
Mm-hmm.
And Mecca, honestly. Like
Mm-hmm.
like they say, like they do these psychological tests, when a person's a little when they have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of trauma. And
Yeah.
so and they probably could tell that he dates white women. Because they probably ask about your dating history, who have you dated in the
Yeah.
past? And I'm sure they knew all of that and set.
Mm-hmm.
When Tori said, I did not deserve to be matched with Felipe, I'm so glad you know that. I agree 1000%. I think that they knew what they were doing. And,
Mm-hmm.
I did
Yeah.
enjoy it. I do think, I hope that they give the women free therapy for a year.
Right. They deserve it.
They deserve-
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. So you ready to get into the couples?
Yeah. Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Well, as much as we can go in order. So like Felipe and Tori.
Okay.
So Felipe basically told Tori, I can't stop thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about cheating on you.
I'm trying to imagine how that conversation actually went. Like, what is it like to sit down across from somebody who you're supposed to be married to and you're trying to figure out if you're going to stay married? And they say, I just want to tell you, I can't stop thinking about cheating.
I can't stop. Vagina, 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 vagina. As I think about other people's vagina. That's all I can think about.
I'm like, Felipe. And when she said, do you think that's normal? He's
And
like,
he thinks that he's not beating the neurospicy allegations. I'm so sorry, because he's like, I'm just being honest. Babes, she does not need to know that. You can think that. And I'm sure there's a lot of men out there watching TV, looking at women on TV, being like,
mm-hmm.
You are supposed to work that out yourself. You are supposed to work that out yourself. You're supposed to tell yourself, nah, man, Tori's great. I don't want to mess that up. That's it.
But you know what? He did admit that he was hoping to say something to make her break up with him because he was too chicken shit to just end it.
Do you believe that?
I don't know, girl.
I believe that because he said that at the reunion, right?
Yeah.
He was acting like he wanted to be with her still when they at the breakup. He was like, "We'll figure out how we're gonna do this." Da, 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 da.
And as was pointed out during the retreat, she gave him a clean out. She was kind of 1 foot out the door, maybe 1.5. And all he had to do was be like, you know what? I think it's best.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't.
Mhm.
He's a weird one. He has so much to say about other people's relations, and I just want to be like him and Mecca. I'm like, y'all need to no silence. Don't say anything. When Tori said that she wished that she would have went harder on him, I agree. She was just like, I just don't think that we're meant to be. I don't think that this is right for both of us.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Mhm.
Tori, okay. I'm glad you're out
Right.
of it. That's all I'll say. Oh, I did write down Felipe needs to work on self management. That's kind of the point that I was
Mhm.
making with you need to tell that to yourself and not
Mhm.
to your girl. Self management. Work on it, baby. All right, that's
Yeah.
all.
No, I mean, Tori, like many of the girls, I mean, all the girls seemed like they showed up to the reunion. They had got their coaching. They found their voices,
Ooh,
okay?
yes,
Real bad. But
yes.
Tori was already going in that
There.
direction. And I loved in her little confessionals and stuff the way she was like, the fuck? The way she kept saying that, just, I was like, it was so funny to me. But I love how she was just like, this is insane. Is he a sociopath? I was just like, girl, questions that need answers.
She said, even on a dating show, I still find a fuck boy. They're out there,
On a
Tori.
marriage show.
On a marriage show. Thank you. A marriage show. I still get matched with it.
And
Sorry,
then
babes.
if in fact he did say he was looking for clout, thinking about his political career, I know you don't think acting like this was going to help your clout. I know you don't think this is going to get you followers and fans.
The way he was talking, I'm like, are you MAGA low key? Like, I know he didn't say
Mm,
explicitly, but like,
I thought
woke
that
is
same
a
thing.
thing now, and I'm thinking about Sean Duffy and like that in the Republican space. Yes,
Mhm.
reality stars are
Yeah.
going. So I'm like, are you looking at that and eyeing that for yourself?
Mm,
Um, he's a joke though. Honestly,
yeah.
if he was joking, cool. It's not funny. She didn't get it. Your
Right.
sense of humor clearly did not land.
I was, as we've said, his mom, she a little, oh no, I don't know. Something going on there. Cause like,
Oh,
although she said, we were pissed at him, at the moment, at least in the edit that they went to her, it was kind of like a really bad moment. And she's like, hey, you should have been solemn. Hello, everyone. Happy to be here. And the things she said were okay, but I just felt like something just felt off with her. Like, no, not to talk bad about somebody, mama, but mm,
don't do that now.
mm,
Yeah, no, something is a little off on her. Like she just, I am waiting for her to just really check her son, and that's not going to
yeah,
happen. And that's kind of the problem.
that's the
Clearly, like
problem.
he is who he is, and she lets him be who he is, and hopefully he finds someone like that. And
Hmm.
also, hopefully he doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know if I said this last week, but it's okay if you just want to be a bachelor for the rest of your life. That is totally fine. There are a lot of
exactly.
handsome bachelors out there. You're gonna continue to get what you want. Leave
Yeah.
us alone.
Because he
Leave us.
even said, he was like, I was really hoping that I could be like my dad and settle down with one woman. And it's like, but if that's not you, then that's not you. You can't
Where
force
is
yourself to be something you're not.
I agree. Where is that? He's bringing up the father so much as he's a great husband. I would love to see a conversation between them and him
They
asking his
had
father.
one
They had
early
one
on. Yeah, it was like in an early batch of episodes, and he
before
was
marriage.
asking his dad, like, that whole, like, passion conversation. How do you keep the passion, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're
Mhm.
right. Ugh, you should have called on some more, but
Yeah.
it's dead. And I'm so glad Tori's free. I
Yes.
guess she's not. She didn't. She's still single. I think it,
Correct. Yeah. I
which is
feel like all the terrible people ended up with somebody, but that could be bullshit because they knew. We'll talk
you're
about that with the individuals.
well, you know what? Is there anything from the reunion about those two that we need to discuss? I feel like that's just like Tori just went off on him. You
Yeah.
mentioned him saying, "Well, I was hoping you break up with me first."
Mhm.
I think that was really it for them.
That was really it. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I think Tori's starting to come up a lot on my social media feed. I think this is gonna be a really good look for her because I think people really like her, and she's, been playful about, like, people saying, "Girl, you are very dedicated to that pink lip," and she said, "Can you guys give me some, like, new lip color recommendations? I know I need to grow," and I'm like, "Girl, when she pops out with a Kylie lip deal,
Oh,
shout out to her."
yes, or Nick,
Mhm,
like whatever. I love that
mhm.
idea. Tori, get your money.
Get your money.
She's gonna be good. I
Yeah.
would love to see her actually. Maybe I would love to see her on a different show. Actually, I'd be
Mm.
interested in seeing her again. She's not her and her friends. She's not that charismatic, but something about her I would like to see again.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Oh, Mecca and Belle are next, but I kind of want to do Adam and Marissa. Let's get them out the way.
Yeah. Yes.
Marissa is the perfect example. I said this before about having a boyfriend, a husband is embarrassing because she is so much cooler single. Like
I'm telling you, the personality popped out. I said, "Where the fuck you been? Marissa, you are funny.
she's
Like, you
funny.
are funny."
She's funny. She's hilarious, honestly. And she's a baddie. Like she's like, you know what? I don't need to date nobody. I got two businesses now. Like she knows who she is. Like she's one of
Period.
us. She's one of us. Um, and I'm glad she admitted I was not having a good time. I was miserable. I was lonely. I lied to the cameras. Now, pause. You saying all that about Sean. I'm not here to defend Sean, Adam, but you were saying a lot about other relationships when your relationship was clearly fake too. You were
Yep.
clearly faking it, both of y'all, for the
Yep.
cameras.
Mm-hmm.
It's out. It's out. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I
all right.
just something about Adam to me is so childish. I'm like, I believe that he got to 12 years old and stopped emotionally developing. And he is just so focused on things that are just like, this is what a preteen boy would prioritize.
Yeah.
Because this over focus on playing sports together is beyond me. Like I'm worried.
Yeah.
Like what is wrong with you?
Yeah. Like, why does it have to be your partner or just a girl in general that you're playing with? Why can't you just get a buddy who's like most men do play like tennis and all, with their buddies, their guy friends. It does not have to be that.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's an excuse overall at this point. I don't
Hmm.
know though. But Marissa did say to your point that like it worries me how like you are not able to like express your feelings or like how deep your emotions are that they
Hmm.
can't get to the surface at all.
Hmm.
And Miss Lizzie, I got to get to Miss Lizzie.
Please, because why the oh,
Miss Lizzie, example: having a boyfriend is embarrassing.
no, but seriously, first of all, again, everything could be the edit. So I'll always give it that. But it looked as though when they said, or when he said, I'm here with Lizzie, it was quiet on the
Silent,
creek. Like nobody
silent.
clapped. I was like, yikes.
Like nobody had, but that means no one likes Adam.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one's a
Yeah.
fan of like, which is not surprising. Honestly,
Yeah. And then for her to sit here and defend him, 3 months, like you know him better than they could all. So that whole stage doesn't know him. And you're the only one that knows him. And then you want to try to be like, Adam and Marissa's relationship was fake. I like that Paul was like, hold the fuck on. Who the fuck are you?
crazy. Crazy. No, it was so wild for her to come in and try to tell these people what was really going on when you came in after this situation. You only have perspective from the man that you're with, and you got the nerve to not really watch the show because it was too hard. That's the point, babes. That's the point. Like,
Exactly.
that's
And
the
then
point.
they showed her throughout the various interactions. I mean, the way that he talked to Courtney. Now I don't like Courtney. So
Ooh,
I kind of was like, but then I'm also like, damn, Adam, that was like crazy.
he's
That was
tough.
crazy.
He it's emotional intelligence that and emotional availability. Like he don't get it. I keep hearing Marissa bring up her low blood sugar. The girl she must have diabetes. You don't care. You don't care at all. And just for you to just be going off and off and off on Courtney was just unnecessary. Just
Yeah.
with a straight face.
And he was like piling on. Like one little girl, absolutely not. That would have been enough. But you just kept piling on after a week. The way he was talking to Nick, you ain't shit at pickleball anyway. Whoa. Whoa.
You hate her? You hate her.
Yes. He does. Woo.
Wow. And it's so like they said, like you're talking about her being rude to Nick, and here you are. You're an asshole to everyone, honestly. In
Yeah.
any moment, you can find Adam being an asshole. So
Mhm.
you again, you don't need to speak on it. You need to just sit there and keep it cute.
Yeah. When Marissa said, you gave me that struggle meal, which again, hilarious. And she's like, it was like lettuce and quinoa and sauce. He was like, that's a great meal. Shut up. Like, even if you think that, she doesn't think that. You're not the only person here. She was hungry and she was not going to survive off lettuce and grains.
Why is he the one feeding her anyways? Like, no, Adam, why? No, I don't want you touching my. I don't want that. So she said that like, yeah, the house isn't actually that great,
Yeah.
and then his ex-girlfriend, and I'm assuming this is the pickleball girlfriend. She's like, yeah, the house ain't that great either, and like,
Mhm.
I don't really care for him. You got all this burning fire for this girl, and she's still trashing you. Why are you trying to find someone so similar to her? It did
Mm.
not work out, and she does not like you. Like
Yeah.
you really need to do some deep self-reflection on yourself and figure out who
Yes.
you are and what you really want. You don't know. You don't know.
He does not know. And you know what else? This was the other thing that made me think he's a still, 12-year-old mind.
Mhm.
When apparently very early on, Marissa made an offhand comment like, hey, I still have a few years of nightlife left in me. And the way that he didn't ask no follow-up questions, he didn't have any curiosity. He just immediately said, oh, you're trying to turn up in Miami? What the fuck? And then you want to bring that up on decision day? That's the first time you bring that to her? You fucking weirdo?
Yeah, like you clearly had a lot of issues. Like I think we were all right. Like we were in the beginning, we were bracing ourselves for Adam to have a problem with her not doing alcohol, for
Yes.
her not being athletic, for her wanting to just. We were waiting for that, and he never gave it. That you were being fake, Adam. You were being fake, and
Yes.
maybe Marissa just followed your lead on the fakeness, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's like I honestly just could have x that whole thing out if you were gonna like if we know now that it just wasn't real. I
Yeah.
could have just been fast forwarding, honestly, because y'all were boring to
Right.
begin with, you know.
Because y'all came to decision day and said, I haven't liked you for a very long time. Oh,
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 I was kind of shocked. Like, because didn't he kind of start off the break? Well, I don't know. It just seemed like he was very much so prepared to say no. I was hoping that she would say no to him, but I just felt like he was always in it, but it seemed like they're ready to break it up already. Did you
Yeah.
feel that too?
Yeah. It seemed like they were both at no by the time of decision day, and they had been hiding it or holding it back.
Yeah. She said she was
Mhm.
miserable, and
Yeah, and
it's just so
lonely.
interesting how women and all of these women basically said that they, settled and neglected
Yeah.
themselves, as Belle said,
Yes.
neglected ourselves just to try to make this work. I don't think any of the men feel that way or said that themselves. And I just hope women pay attention to that, because she internally knew that she was changing herself for him.
Yeah.
And obviously she knew that she had an out, but I just wonder if she didn't have these cameras, if she didn't have the out at the end, like how long she would have let that go on. I just think that
Mm,
we all kind of know that we're changing ourselves, and we know that it's not right, but we just stay silent and roll with it.
yeah.
I just hope we don't do that anymore.
Unfortunately, this is a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Validation for Michelle.
Boom. Boom. I
Yeah.
agree. I agree
Because
with
I was like,
everything.
"Michelle, shut up." Oh, actually, she might have been right about everything all along. Oh, God.
In the long run, I don't think Michelle really told a lie. I
Yeah.
don't think she told a lie in the long
Yeah.
run. And her, Shawn, her and Cameron are meant to be. They're both very happy with each other. She does not feel like she's settled. I'm happy for
Good.
them. They make me happy. They make me want to get on a dating app, honestly.
Mm.
Despite the 5 other marriages that broke up, I'm like, you know what? I know we're kind of basically
What?
jumping to them now. Oh, go ahead. No,
Oh, real quick, one more thing about Adam. I am not convinced that Lizzie is his actual partner. I really believe that he brought a plant because he knew that he was gonna need, because she jumped out the gate way too quick with the defensiveness. And I'm like, I feel like y'all planned that.
her voice was shaky, like she wasn't fully sold on defending him, but just felt
Mhm.
like he had to defend him. Like, I didn't think that like she was just like upset and mad. Like, that's why her
Exactly.
voice was shaky. It just seemed like she was nervous and was trying to find shit to say, honestly. So I agree. And she was ready with it. Like, to you, I didn't think about this, but I get it, because her talking point of like, I don't feel like this show is real, and I don't feel like anything was real about that. I'm like, y'all clearly had conversations about that. Like,
Yeah.
Adam, what you got going on over there? What you got going on over there? It's you made yourself look really bad. He could have, honestly, he could have came out unscathed. Honestly, he could
He
have,
really could have.
if he just would have stayed. Men need to stop talking. Men stop talking.
Baby, especially these ones.
These
They
ones,
is some talking ass
Devin,
folks.
Devin didn't talk. Devin did not have a lot to say.
And when he did, it hit.
Cameron didn't have a lot. Exactly. Cameron didn't have a lot to say. He was the one who's like, he was like, Adam, just stop talking. Just,
That's a wise man right there.
wise man.
Exactly.
Who, babes? Oh my God, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun. It really has. Okay. We don't have to spend that much time. There's not a lot to say about Cameron and Michelle. Obviously, all positives. So she got laid off. He got a new job. They're moving to California. They're gonna
Mhm.
have to try out for surrogacy.
Mhm.
I don't know. How do you feel about how the things panned out for them?
I think it's beautiful. This is very random, but I don't think I noticed their height difference
I
until
know.
this. Like,
Me
she
too.
comes up to like his waist. Oh my gosh.
And it still looks cute though. It does.
Yeah, it's
I
so
got.
cute.
I feel nervous. I when I saw them going in for that hug, I was like, oh. But then when they got into it, oh, like it does
Yeah.
work. So cute.
Mhm.
It's so
Yeah,
cute.
but I was like, "Oh my god." And I thought it was funny how Paul kinda was like, "Well, shit, now she unemployed," which just goes to show, like, if you prioritize money, that shit could change on a dime. She was like, "Now I am back to work, Paul. Okay, I'm not on the couch." But still, money comes and money goes. But I think they are very beautiful. I love that he came back and did, like, an official proposal
Yeah.
and got the big ring. I said, "Okay, Coach Cam. Yes."
I hope that this serves as like a whatever, that just because you have not had a long-term relationship or have not been in an adult relationship, that's not a red flag. That doesn't necessarily
Mm.
mean, like, yes, he has expressed like being afraid of commitment, but I honestly, as someone who's experienced that, like, you're just very intentional, and you're not going
Yes.
to settle. You're not going to go through things just to be in a relationship. I think clearly he has spent time still growing, maturing, taking care of himself, figuring out who he is and what he really wants. And now he meets this woman and he's ready to go.
Yep.
He has been honestly a beautiful man and husband to her.
I think
And
so too.
like, I mean, I'm not gonna go. I'll leave it there. So yeah, it's not it doesn't always have to be a red flag. Just look into what the reasonings are. And if it
Exactly.
really is just like, I can't find someone who wants to make the same type of commitment that I do, that sounds like a green flag to me moving forward.
Mhm.
I'm just
And
saying.
I appreciate you bringing that up, especially uh-oh, I'm froze.
Well, not on me, so maybe I'm froze.
Let's okay. All right. But I appreciate you bringing that up, especially when I just see so many people who are clearly in relationships just to be in relationships. The way that people talk about relationships that they're in, I'm like, I literally say, how did you get in this relationship? If this is what was happening, why did you continue? Like, I've been having issues lately. I kind of made another video about this, about guys not wanting to take me on a date.
Mhm.
They allegedly for financial reasons. But I have been very insistent. Like, if we're gonna date, we gotta date.
Yeah.
And I was telling that to a couple of my guy friends, and they were like, honestly, a lot of women don't insist on that. And I'm like, what?
Really?
And I've heard from two different guys that I talked to about this recently that was like, yeah, I'm dealing with somebody now, and honestly, she doesn't really care if I take her out. Or like, I know other women who like don't care if a guy takes them out. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff, the situation that brought this up for me. If I hadn't insisted on the date, who knows how long that shit would go on. But
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a standard that I have to maintain, and therefore we're not moving forward. And that makes me think, dang, the folks are just letting any old thing fly.
Settling. And when for me, I've had so many people like kind of stare at me like, girl, please, like, you single, like, you ain't got nobody.
Mhm.
While they're telling me all of the BS that they're going through and all the cheating, the lies, the verbal, fights and all of that. And I'm like, God, girl, break up with them. Like, and they just staring at me like, girl, I got one over on you. Like, and I'm like, do you, babe?
Do
'Cause
you?
do you? Because I go to bed not crying over that. I can tell I'm not crying over anything, honestly, when I go to bed. I'm not worried about nobody. So what's better? I just want us to really think about like what's better.
Yeah.
Being in a relationship with someone who's like stressing you out, dragging you, whatever. Or, yeah, it might be boring sometimes, but
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Yes. Who else are we chatting about?
Okay, so Mecca. Let's do Mecca and Belle.
First of all, Belle looked the fuck good.
She did.
I thought she
And
looked good.
the minute that she turned that corner next to Mecca is when I knew that they were not together.
Mm-hmm.
It was like very much so like, don't even touch me.
Yes.
Whereas everyone, like, Michelle, they grabbed her, they held hands. She
Even Devin and Caitlin, they did the arm in arm thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I
Unfortunately, our mutual panelist who sometimes joins us spoiled this fucking show for me. So I already knew that Mecca and Belle did not maintain their marriage, but I would have loved to have the moment of like, oh my God, they actually stay married? Because what the fuck? I wanted her to say no.
Honestly, Belle is the exact example of, let's say me and Belle are friends and she tells me, girl, on our honeymoon, he told me that like, he's 60% and I'm, whatever. That's when I'm like, girl, let's start talking about getting out of this. Let's like start and now she got to go, instead of listening to me, now you're over here where now you're pissed off. You're basically angry now at this man, but you could have I sent you a podcast where it was titled Pack That Cat. And it was towards Belle. And she said, I could pack my cat. Like, yes, girl.
Yes.
No. So interesting because part of the reason why she said yes is like, he's been so amazing. He is aware of when something is going on with me before I even do. That is hyper vigilance as like a trauma response.
Yes.
He is used to or trained to like watch people's body language to make sure that he's not in trouble. He's very afraid of getting in trouble. So it's not necessarily for you out of care, but it's like fear for himself. Yes. And that's kind of honestly everything about the relationship was like him people pleasing to not get in trouble, even though he still got in trouble in the end.
Yeah, big trouble because she brought the fire. Okay, she found that voice and she went in, and I think she watched back some stuff and was like, "Oh, that's what the fuck you said." Yeah.
Okay, the word disrespectful came up. Was he disrespectful?
On the titty conversation?
On the titty conversation.
I don't know. I mean, I do think he was just answering questions, but I think it's sort of like similar to the Felipe Tori thing where it's like, yes, you were just sort of responding, but you could have gone the step further to say the extra thing. So all he had to do was say, look, was she my dream girl? Not necessarily, but she's beautiful. And the more I spend time with her, the more I see, her beauty inside and out. One little line, throw it in there and we good.
If we look at like disrespect as like not showing someone respect, then I would say that, yes, that is disrespectful because like you're talking about your wife, like she don't got enough titties for me. Mm-hmm. But yes, not saying like, you know what, but honestly, she is beautiful. She's gorgeous. And like I told y'all, she is thick where I want her to be thick at. Like there's just a little bit more, but she is my wife and I made a commitment. Like there's things like that where you do insert and name the respect that you have for her. So I think that's a lesson for folks to do, honestly.
The thing that got me where I was like, all right, Belgelie, she said that in the weeks after, the show ended, they would go out and he would be flirting with everybody and even called her the wrong name. Jesus, that's crazy.
Brie.
That's crazy. But I'm like, hey, you saw him flirting with somebody else in front of you at the retreat and you didn't react at all. So why did it take such a delayed response? Was it you seeing the comments online? Was it you? Did you find the Pack That Cat podcast and listen to an episode? I feel
Yeah.
like she needed other people to tell her, because I'm like, girl, if the issue was him flirting with somebody else in front of you, we already saw that. That already happened. And
Yeah.
you didn't pack.
Yeah, I mean, even the one that the first, like, you remember they went out. He kept her out too late. She wasn't happy.
Mhm.
That was probably him drinking too much.
Yeah. Oh
We
yeah,
saw
I forgot about the overly drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And even at the dinner where, his bravado, his performative behavior happened,
Yeah.
I think that also was him drinking a lot.
Mhm.
So those signs were there too.
Yeah.
Maybe she decided to like get out of defending him mode and like into like what's going on with Belle. Yeah, maybe she felt, you know what? Okay, you got the cameras, you got producers, you got the experts. Maybe you feel like there is some type of safety net around that.
Hmm.
And then once they're gone, it's just the two of you. It's just like, oh, I'm not safe here actually. Like maybe
Mhm.
that's what came to her finally. But I do think the online commentary has definitely emboldened her to like, oh, I know I'm gonna be able to pop off on him because y'all don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. And
'Cause-
she was saying stuff that was internet stuff, because the Love Island
yes,
commentary, everybody said that. Everybody said that. So I'm
I-
like, girl, you was reading the comments.
and her bringing up the Devin of it all.
Mhm.
Which you ain't like our comment, our real, Belle, but you clearly maybe her and Devin, I don't know, whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I do think that like some of the online commentary gave her like this confidence, and I hope you keep it though. I hope you keep it.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm glad. I was so annoyed when she said yes at first,
Yeah.
but I did trust that it wasn't gonna last. I knew it wasn't gonna last. Did you feel like? Well, he spoiled.
I was gonna say I didn't have a chance to
I'm so sorry. Keon.
But yeah, I mean, look, Mecca eventually came around to taking some accountability, but I did not like how he was acting at the beginning. He was trying to deny the things that he really said. He had started out the whole thing saying it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And then when they were like, hey, Devin, or not Devin, hey, Mecca, can you just like accept accountability? He's like, I haven't not accepted accountability. I haven't fought against anything. Yes, you did, like 20 minutes ago. Like, come on, come on. And I like, between him and Shawn, like, I'm trying not to go off, but I'm like, I feel like the two black men, they kind of got some bitch made black men. I'm gonna just say it.
It's self-esteem, babes. It's self-esteem. Like when he can't hold himself when everyone is coming at him. He can't just like maintain.
Yeah.
It's like, you fight or fawn.
Yeah.
You've seen him fawn at times, and this time he was in his fight mode, and I don't even think he was hearing it. I don't know.
He don't know what he was saying.
He didn't even know what y'all telling me I don't think he could get to a place where like, oh, okay, I need to slow down, take accountability. I'm doing too much. Because like, again, if we are seeing you fawn and apologize and acknowledge what you did was wrong, and then you come here being defensive, it's just not gonna work.
Exactly.
You already admitted.
Yeah, exactly. Does anybody else want to talk about all the things I did wrong on the show? Nigga, shut up. Like, this wouldn't have even come to this point if you just would have sat here and ate your food.
Yes, I agree. And of course he went to the place of like, I know I'm a horrible person. I know I ain't shit.
That's not really accountability either. That's almost like patronizing.
That's why it's hard. Like, that's why you go into defense mode, is because you are basically fighting for like, I'm not a bad person. And that's how the conversation is about. So glad when Nikki was like, we all make mistakes. Like, it's not, you don't have to be perfect, but you did fuck up, and like, just admit it and keep it pushing. You're not even with her. By the way, I feel like when he was like, I mean, I can see you're angry. He's never going to date a black woman again. He's never going to date a black woman.
Because he basically said, hey, angry black woman.
He did. I'm like, well, that's it for that. And Caitlin gonna cuss your ass out, so I don't even know.
Baby, if you want to go down that road. But I really like how, I like how Belle responded to what he said. And she was like, I'm not angry. I'm just finally defending myself the way I defended you. I was like, oh, that was a bar. Yes. That was a bar, Belle. And then I like when she said to Caitlin, look, you was going in on Felipe, but then with Mecca, it was, why'd you do that? And I was like, that's a good call out, the difference in that tone. And I thought, I don't even remember what Caitlin said, but it was some bullshit.
She basically like, sometimes I lack awareness.
Girl, no, you don't. That's just not true. You were aware.
But it was hard for me to see. That's like all white women say when you get called out on stuff like that. It was hard for me to see. I wasn't aware because of my bias. I was unconscious. So
yeah.
I am glad that Belle said something. Someone actually made a comment on Instagram that like, did y'all notice the difference? Which I did not notice. So,
I didn't either.
Caitlin, girl, she's interesting. I
She
respected how
is.
she moved. She's a bull. She kind of bullshitted that whole reunion. Let me
Yeah,
not
I
even.
think so too.
She
I
bullshitted
think
it.
she, unlike the other villains, I thought she did a good job of like keeping it a little bit cuter to keep a little bit less smoke on her because the rest of these folks was like smoke. And she was like, I'm
She
gonna
was trying to
relax.
act like she wasn't as cold
Yeah.
as she was. She was trying to downplay, like, when I did try, I was giving. No, you
No,
weren't,
you
girl. You
weren't.
were cold. You were cold. You were cold. You were cold. You were
And
cold.
like, did I hear correctly that they basically said they didn't hang out when the camera's off? Or they
And he
barely hung
was
out?
alluding to that. Devin was alluding to that throughout the season, and he brought it up again, and she was like, "No, we did twice." Is that what she said basically?
Yeah. But like, really? Twice?
Y'all live together.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Yeah.
Girl, the things that happen behind cameras. It's fun.
Yeah.
This is giving Love is Blind, I will say. It's really giving Love is Blind.
Yeah. You can tell that new production company brought their Love is Blind energy to it because I believe it's the same production company.
And I think it honestly works better than Love is Blind. I think it's I enjoy, well, okay, not everything, but this reunion. I
The
enjoyed the
reunion
reunion
was great.
more than,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Because that Love is Blind reunion looks boring as fuck.
Always, always. I barely even watch it these days.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about Dev and Caitlin. Wait, let's get back to them. We can either do Courtney, Nick, or Nikki and Shawn.
Let's end with Nikki and Shawn because I feel like we don't have a lot to say.
Okay, period. Yeah.
Let's get to Nick and Courtney. What are your thoughts?
I'm not about to feel bad about Nick. I'm y'all are not going to make me feel bad about this man. Like, yes, Courtney, you can say she was mean to him. I honestly just feel like she was frustrated. And people's frustrations can sometimes, well, whatever. Yes, you can say, do you feel like she moved in any like verbally abusive? Like, did she move into that environment? Do you feel like,
I
or
think there were times where she was extremely mean and
yes?
extremely biting to him. Like, I kind of am a little bit more team Nick, I think, than
Mhm.
you are. Like, I think Courtney is just really mean. I think she's really mean. And I think it's crazy to say, I need you to be more vulnerable. And the way that I'm going to express that to you is by being mean. I'm like, how in God's name is that going to engender vulnerability in the other person? I thought it was weird that none of the girls raised their hand. I'm like, okay, come on, stand up for your girl. But
What was that question that they didn't raise their hand for?
I think I can't remember who asked it. I think Felipe's messy ass asked it. He was like, "Raise your hand if you think Courtney was mean to Nick." It was like either mean or rude, one of those words to
Yeah,
Nick.
you're right.
Hmm.
The thing is, what did Nick do at any point that was impressive,
Hmm.
intriguing, romantic, and
Fair.
barely even cute? Now, yes, Courtney did. I just, again, verbally, I just feel like the serious conversations that they had. First, I don't like Courtney, by the way. I'm not gonna like a MAGA girl. I'm not gonna like it. But I saw Courtney push to have more serious conversations, and there are moments within those serious conversations where I do not feel like he ever met the moment.
Mm,
You are a grown man. How much can a person, maybe being mean to you at times, gonna just completely shut you down where you can't offer anything? If that's the case, let's break up sooner. Why did it take us so
yeah,
long? If you can't offer me anything, if I'm just dragging, because that might honestly kind of became the case where she's just, all right, Nick, come
yeah,
on, let's go to this thing. Like, I don't think he tried. I get that it's very clear that she did not like him, but Nikki and Shawn were in a similar situation. I think
mm,
Nikki and Shawn tried more. Nick didn't offer much. He didn't offer much.
that's
And then,
fair. That's fair.
and I do truly feel like he is playing the victim. I really do
Mm,
feel like he sits there like, you see what she just said was mean? You
yeah,
see? And I've
like
tried to
he's
date.
leaning into it quite a bit. Yeah,
He leans into it, and he went on. He tried to date, but he has too much trauma from dating Courtney.
I
It's
had to
like,
go to therapy. I really did say like, wow, was the situation bad enough to make you have to go to therapy? Like, oh
no,
my
he's
god,
full of shit. He's full of shit. I mean, look, yes, I'm sure you have to go to therapy. I'm sure like it's hard for someone to. You can never be enough for the person. I get that. It was only like 3 weeks. I just
yeah,
don't think it was probably that.
yeah,
I'm not saying he did not need therapy. I just feel like as a grown man, you could probably work through a bad relationship like that
hmm,
a little sooner.
yeah. Yeah. But, it's clearly a gender war because them boys hate Courtney. I was
They
like,
do.
my God.
Well, men don't like mean women,
Yeah.
and men don't like mean women. I just leave it like that. Um, what do
But
you? Can I?
of course, Courtney said, I'm here with my boyfriend. Once again, I think the shit's fake. I think all of the partners were fake. Emotional support, fake partners because they knew they're the villain. She
I
knew.
was. It's funny because like That man don't look like Adam, and he don't look like Nick either. He looks like potentially a pushover. Maybe not. I could be wrong.
That
I'm
might be
just
what
judging
she needs.
by cover, So I'm like, like that's if that's a real thing, it's interesting, and I want to see more of that too. Honestly, I do. But yeah, I don't like Courteney, and yes, she was mean and hard headed, honestly. But I just don't think Nick was any better.
Yeah,
Just in different ways.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go. I'm done.
To the point of this being a good reunion, I thought it was such good tea that Paul said, so you said you thought Adam was the hottest guy here. Adam, would you push up on that? Like, oh, that's so messy. That's so messy
But
for
we've been
Adam to
wondering.
then be like, hell to the nah. I was like, oh my God. But also, this is so good.
It's so good. It did, like, we've all been wondering, like, if they would have got matched, what it would have been like. And the thing is, though, she probably just would have been nicer to Adam. So, like, this whole idea that Adam has, look, and I honestly don't think Adam would have liked her in the long run, period. But she would have probably been kinder to you.
Yeah.
Because she liked you, and y'all probably would have had more fun.
Yeah.
But she's also, I don't get Adam, because I feel like he likes the fact that Marissa's very feminine and soft. But then he also wants an athletic person who's like competitive and which is Courteney. So again,
so which one is it? And also, oh, this is so mean. I might cut it out at the end. But Lizzie don't look like no athlete. I'm sorry.
Who?
Lizzie.
Does?
She didn't look like no athlete at all. Like, girl, you look like me.
She do. She looked curvy, which is she looks beautifully curvy, mind you. Her answer on the pickleball was weird. What was the answer? It was,
I can't even remember, but I remember thinking that same thing. Like, that's a weird answer, but I don't remember what it was.
It was kind of like, we've played before. I'm better. I think she tried to say she's better, but when he gets his arm off, we're gonna. The girl was not articulate. Maybe that's just what it is.
That's why we can't remember. Because she forgot her lines that her and Adam rehearsed.
Oh, Lizzie, come out and defend yourself. Yeah, girl. Oh, child. So, and then Courteney said that she beat Adam or like she did better than him, and then he was like, no, he was like, what was it, one-on-one? So I guess maybe the difference between like a doubles versus one-on-one situation, I guess. Oh, I mean, like the energy around pickleball. I don't want to hear the word pickleball again for another 365 days. I know. I agree. He's kind of got anger issues, low-key. Like, I don't think it's like to abuse, but if you slight him a little bit, ooh, he steams under.
Yes.
Ooh, like Courteney got the heat that he really wanted to give Marissa, honestly. Like him dragging her, that he was heated from that still.
Yes. Oh my gosh, girl. We did not even talk about, we all over the place. That's okay. We didn't even talk about Marissa's story. Marissa coming in with the tea, because that was crazy. I mean, she was like, so, monologue. DMs, hickeys, dates. I was like, and Adam was like, I need to respond. And she's just like, nah, I'm gonna finish my story. You came in with a hickey and you knew exactly where it was. Oh my God. DMing somebody on the same day as decision day, sending Tori a message on Hinge. Shut the fuck up. Oh, I would do that for any friend. You lying motherfucker. You were shooting a shot. And if she would have shot back, you would have been in there. And the fact that she was like, I deleted it. Tori, you're a queen.
Tori, you're a queen. Tori, you're a queen. Tori looks like Lizzie.
Yeah.
So I kind of believe it. I can't. Okay. Yes. DM in the girl. I don't know. I just feel y'all getting a divorce. Yes, he tried to maintain a friendship. That's what you wanted. I don't care about the hickey, honestly. Were they on a date? Like this was after marriage.
Yeah. And he was like, she said that he said, I want to take you to dinner and apologize because I know I've, did some fucked up stuff.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. That's what she said, he said.
Oh, so okay. Okay. They feel guilty. I hear that. He also said, so she came over and she's like, I want to be friends, but he's like, I want more. I want to do more.
Yep.
So that is the thing that changes.
He was trying to be friends with benefits.
Yes. Yes.
He wanted to keep that cat.
And he thought that Marissa was gonna be down for that too. Yep. That's why you can't be the girl who's chill and like, just says yes to everything, because this is what you end up with. You think that you can. But okay, yes, for him to they break up, he DMs another girl, and then they hang out Wednesday. He's trying to talk about having sex, and then they hang out again. He's got a hickey. It's a lot. That is a lot.
Exactly.
That's a lot. That's exhausting, honestly.
Yeah. And toxic. And then Paul was putting two and two together. Like, if you've been with Lizzie for 3 months, but you was hitting Marissa up in April, then that means that shit didn't start till May. What is the equations?
The equations aren't equationing. Well, they are, but it doesn't connect to what he's saying. Yes. Adam, boy, you really could have. You gotta be a good boy. It's so hard to like. It's so easy. Look, instead of you getting on the apps DM and on that Saturday, wait until the Tuesday.
Right.
Maybe not ask her to have sex. Maybe if y'all were gonna have sex, let it happen naturally. Um,
Exactly.
you
Because
know,
if
maybe
y'all had kept getting together and having cool ass movie nights, she probably isn't maybe. Like you wouldn't even have asked for it. She would have come to you.
men don't know. All you gotta do is just butter us up. I don't
And
know.
you just have to create a safe space. As soon
Boom.
as a lady feels safe, you're in there.
You're in there. I hope that there's some ladies send this to your male friends so they can learn. But yeah, he did dirty. He was doing that last episode when they were at the retreat. Nothing to say bad about Adam.
Right.
Like you really could have ended this well, and you fucked up.
Exactly.
Okay, who have we not? Who
We
were
got to
we?
talk about Nikki and Shawn.
I'm ready to talk about Nikki Shawn so bad.
Please.
Anything to say about Devin? Because that's the one we haven't hit too deeply yet. Well, we did a little bit. Devin
Yeah.
and Caitlin. Any last words there?
Not really. I think like they both kind of came to the reunion not doing too much. So I don't think we got any new information about them, to be honest.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Devin's still single too. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Caitlin. Fake.
Fake.
I'm like, everybody who is a villain suddenly has a man, has a woman. I don't believe you. I don't.
Shawn has many women, many
tall
women.
Tall women in his DMs.
Ooh, okay, I can save that note for later. Let's get into it. Nikki ethered him multiple times, and it just made me so happy. It made me so happy. She started off nice. She had a letter. Well, no, she gave a monologue of "you did a good job" and "I stuck in because you stuck in," and then she dragged him. And I watched it twice. It was just so good. I loved it. I wish I would have wrote down all the thing. I was just in it. Okay, what do you think though? What do you think?
I think first of all, I want to say that in both the decision day and the reunion, Nikki looked amazing. Body, T, boobies sitting, legs out, red bottoms showing, bobbing.
Yeah.
Bobbiana.
She's that girl. She's that girl.
Like, she just looks so good. On the actual decision day, I was actually shocked at how quickly they descended into an argument. Like, my God, this is representative of the entire situation. Y'all been up here for 2.2 seconds and you are arguing, and Shawn is trying to sun her. Like, he can't not do this. Like, I've had at various moments, and a lot of people have, I've actually been surprised at our comments. There is not universal support for Nikki. A lot of people are not fucking with her. They think she's mean. They think she's this and that. But I think that even when she gives him attitude, he should not be matching that energy. If he was a mature, secure, grown man, he would not be matching tit for tat. But he is so addicted to having to win, having to seem the smartest, having to do the word salad so that he could try to, do a dance with his intellect. No, baby, you are insecure. And it is so ugly.
He cannot acknowledge any one validating feelings. He cannot validate feelings at all. Nikki said that there in the little letter, there have been times where you have not made me feel safe. There are times where you have like told me how to answer things and all of that. You could, you know what, Nikki, I understand how you might have I understand, period. And I'm sorry for that. Why can't you can have all your grievances, but also just acknowledge that yes, you have done those. You can't. She has said so many times, I don't feel safe.
Yes.
He has never once ever spoken to that. He deflects
every time
into a criticism of hers. And it's the same thing. Why are we supposed to care about him not meeting her family? Why am I supposed to care about that?
Yeah.
Why does that matter more than, again, her feeling that she doesn't feel safe enough to? And that's a whole thing. You're asking her to have sex with you. I don't feel safe enough to have sex with you. I want to meet your family. I don't feel safe enough. Crazy. It's and what did she say? Is she she dragged him and she's like, you have no emotional world, or your emotional world is, I don't know exactly what the wording was, but she's like, you can't get the emotions of things.
You can't, yeah. Like she was like, you make me feel like I'm bad for having emotions. Emotions are not bad just because you can't access yours and I can access mine.
Like, ate it up, girl. Ate it up. Like,
yes. And I'm just like, Shawn, like, if you would just get out of this ego. And he has to get to the bottom of why he cannot just have humility, have vulnerability, and not take everything so personally and get so easily offended. Sometimes I feel like he hears things in the worst way possible. Like she'll say stuff that, maybe it is a little like the tummy grab. If somebody did that to me, even a guy that I liked, If he did that to me, I wouldn't take that as calling me fat.
Yes, he put, even if she grabbed the belly, he put words in her mouth clearly of what that meant.
Exactly.
It seems like she hasn't, like, yes, I did grab your belly, but we don't have any like true context of what she actually said. It's just what his interpretation was, that she basically denies. And if you got a belly, your wife, again, I don't know the context of what she did and how she did it, but
Mhm.
I just don't think it was that. She's not that mean to him in person, honestly. She's
Yeah.
even, the worst thing she's ever said about him is that he has a dad bod without having a child. I think that's the meanest thing about his physical features that she's ever said about him, and that was off camera to her. We've never seen that, so it's hard for me to believe that she directly criticized his body.
Yeah.
Um,
And obviously we know that she's not physically attracted to him. So maybe felt like that was her saying, "This is why I don't want to fuck you." But that might not even be. It might be because you're short. It might be because she doesn't like salt and pepper. Look, I don't know. Like she may not be somebody who's like against somebody who has a little extra pudge. But you don't know. Shawn has no curiosity. It's
Thank you,
just
thank
assumptions. I'm gonna
thank you.
take the worst interpretation and run with it.
Thank you. It's exactly that. By the way, when he said that I have a lot of Lisa Leslie's in my DMs, you remember when I felt a little weird about him saying that he likes women taller
Mhm.
than him and that make more money? He really wants to be the baby girl of the relationship.
Mm.
He wants to be the star. Because he thinks that he is an intellectual. He likes to be the smart one. So while she might, have the money and whatever, he gets to be the star at the dinner party who gets to tell the funny stories and
Mm.
just to make good points. Like that's what he wants his role to be. And so I think that that's he's baby boy. He wants to be baby boy. That's all I'm
Yeah.
gonna say.
Yeah.
Um,
And even Belle Jolie was like, I feel like y'all are both battling to be Beyonce.
exactly, exactly.
What did you think about the whole mom situation, the mom exchange at the
He's crazy.
reunion?
He's crazy. Honestly, when she talks about him not really having an emotional world, like, why are you so persistent on honestly acting ignorant? He was
Yes.
acting ignorant. You can't acknowledge honestly anything that the mom said. I'm sorry that you feel like I was disrespectful, but I really wanted to meet you. And after Nikki, for like the fifth time, because on the fifth time with me watching on this whole show, she explained why. It's just it would you just all you had to do was just apologize. It's good to meet you. I'm sorry the experience didn't work out. We
Exactly.
weren't meant to be. At some point, guys, it got to stop being the pointing of the fingers and just be like we weren't compatible in the end.
Yes.
And I do think you should not be talking to someone's parent like that, especially like someone who's older. Like her mom is probably in
Mhm.
her 70s at least, late 70s. And he went on for like a
For a
monologue,
long
and
time.
like, he really wasn't saying anything. He wasn't.
Yes, it was just some, and I love how Nikki just, I said this from the beginning, like the way that she can just call things so precisely. And
Yes.
she's like, "You're telling my mom that you can't tell her why you need to apologize to her, but she and I just told you." You know what I mean? Like she just summed it up so nicely. And Shawn was just digging himself into a digger hole. And I like the fact that Mecca was like, "Nigga, didn't you just tell me to say less? Why is you not taking your own advice?"
And he thinks he is like, to this point about the emotions. I keep bringing that up, but Nikki was so good when saying emotions are on a spectrum, right? So if you have none, and let's say she's just right here, like it's crazy to think that she's actually crazy, but he thinks it's the whole thing about like men being more logical. He thinks intellectualizing his feelings and intellectualizing
Mm.
situations, finding frameworks for
Yes.
situations makes him superior and on the
Hmm.
cutting edge to everyone else
Yep.
when you're not feeling it though. You're not feeling it.
Exactly.
You aren't feeling anything. Nothing. It just comes right here, and I'm sure you feel uh, the attacks of it, but you got to externalize it so fast, and it's
Yeah.
a
And what
failure.
if he had been able to feel at the beginning and say, whether not necessarily to Nikki, but maybe to himself, maybe to the coaches, if he had been able to have an honest conversation with someone and say, the fact that she's not physically attracted to me makes me feel very rejected. It makes me feel like I'm not good enough because I think she's a beautiful lady. She's a wonderful lady. And I would like for her to feel the same positivity about me. That if
I
you could
think
actually say that to yourself, let's just start there. And then maybe to someone else, you could maybe get to a point of being able to connect with her emotionally because the physical part ain't gonna come, at least not right away.
And she said that so many, like, throughout the whole thing. I feel like she's really vindicated herself, and
I agree.
honestly, women should be mean. Honestly, I'm gonna start just becoming an advocate for meanness. Not degrading, not disrespectful, blah blah blah, but like just standing your ground. 'Cause that's
Mhm.
honestly what it is. Nikki constantly said, "I need the emotional connection," and I don't think I'm realizing it until this moment that I did not realize that Shawn was not expressing his emotions at any point. Yeah, we didn't see it, but he really at no
But
point
it
did
never
that.
happened. Mhm.
Shawn, what you think? How you think this relationship? Like, do you think when sometimes they call relationships partnerships,
Mhm.
and they're talking about how like this is like HR, like it almost is like he's working at like a business deal where you
Yeah.
maybe get sex out of it too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
And Nikki is like love of my life, like that's what she wants. She wants
Mhm.
deep
Yes.
friendship and all of that. Um, that's not Shawn. Shawn don't even know who he is either. Honestly,
Yeah. And
it's
his
so
old
interesting.
ass is not gonna change. If he
No,
is 50. I was talking to somebody who was like, he need to go to therapy. I said, no, he don't. His
too
old
late.
ass is not gonna change. It's too late. If he wanted to do that, he would have already done it. He's here now. He's writing his relationship book. He actually thinks he has something to say, to give
Oh
people
my God.
advice on dating, which is crazy. Maybe what not to do.
Do you think he's still like? Do you think he feels like he ain't did shit wrong? Like to this, like, do you think he's ever? And yeah, me too.
I genuinely think that he's like, maybe one situation I should have said that differently, or I should have, he just has like those little critiques, but I don't think that he is able to look at himself and say, I moved badly in this situation.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, what did he say? What was it? Okay. Oh, he brought up. So this was insane to me. So when they're breaking up, Nikki gave her spill, and then brings up, well, I never met your family and friends, and so that shows me an emotional and intellectual, and then she kind of like, oh, so now it's my intelligence.
Right.
What does me not integrating after 3 weeks, 4 weeks of being together, not integrating my friends and family, and I've given you a good reason of why, shows a lack of emotional which is separate. He said emotional whatever and intellectual. So how does that make me dumb? How does that make me
He
not?
was trying to say emotional intelligence, I think, but regardless,
He was trying to say that, but it's just like
it's not
dumb.
a sign of any of that. All it
No.
is repeated times of him feeling rejected. And instead of being able to express that, you know, be honest with himself about that, it was just like, I got to tear her down and I got to find another reason to criticize her.
Fighting for my life. He's like, I'm not gonna give up.
Oh,
Even okay, go ahead.
so we both were just like, oh, like when they brought back up the house shit, that I almost threw a shoe at the screen. I almost broke my fucking television because how the hell are you going to sit here and say, I didn't talk bad about her house? And they were like, word for word, bar for bar, you said her house ain't shit. And she's not really as bougie as she thinks she is. And I appreciate it. I think it was Belle who was like, no, that's actually the definition of trying to humble. You're trying to bring her down a notch. She's not as good as she thinks she is. That's what he did all season. And he did that shit because he felt rejected by her. And he
Who said
had to do something to make her feel as bad as he did.
Someone literally said that on it was one of the guys who was like, oh my God, they repeated so many times that she was not attracted to him, and I was starting to feel bad for him.
Yeah, yeah.
But whoever was saying that, because she wasn't attracted to you, I think it hurt you. And so then you tried to prove that, that you could still pull her and something else. But someone
Mm,
basically like called out exactly what we've been saying the whole time. And I'm like, oh, y'all see it.
mhm.
But he didn't even acknowledge it. Like he
Yeah.
does not speak to the facts. Like when facts are actually given to him, he deflects. He says it's something. Oh, and Nikki was saying you do the thing where you're trying to. I'm saying you said this thing and what it means, and you're like, that's not what I mean. And then he twists the words to make it seem like another thing. And it's like, no, but no, you can't do that. That's not. You can't, and twist and turn me into making sense of
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Even the wifely duty shit, he
That's what it
didn't
was.
say the word duty, but
That's what
you
it was.
clearly said, "This is what I expect of a wife." I'm not even talking about the substance of what he said, but at least don't lie about whether or not you said it. We've all seen it by now. Everybody here has watched the show and seen the clips all over social media. Like,
And
what are you doing?
you know what it implies, and don't try to tell it because now you guys are me. Don't try to imply that like it means something else. I'm glad that actually Mecca said that he felt uncomfortable
Yeah, me
with
too.
that because I did too. And so, I mean,
I think it was good for a man to tell
yeah,
him that
yes.
that was an uncomfortable thing for him to be saying.
But I think Mecca has some sexual things
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I hope he is
mhm,
dealing with. And I think that that's a little bit probably where I mean, look at his dad. I'm sure it made him uncomfortable.
yeah,
And so I'm just glad he named that. And like you said, that a black man named it too. And that is just like not women who felt
yeah.
uncomfortable by that.
Mhm.
Who's Sean? Sean. Oh, apparently he got fired from his job. This
What?
Yeah, apparently, and I don't know what school he go to. Something. Well, I don't want to. But yeah, whatever school he was working at, he seems like he got fired.
Mm.
Um, and the ex girlfriend, Rhode Island or Massachusetts thing, she
Mm-hmm.
came out too and basically was like, "I ain't date Shawn." But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feed too much into that. I just want to like name it that apparently happened. I'm gonna miss them though. They have brought me so much entertainment. I will really miss it. We need more black couples on TV. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was fun.
I just hope. I
Nikki
mean,
is
look, Nikki's not perfect, but I really like her.
yeah,
I think she's beautiful. And I really hope that she can find somebody because I really do think that she's a good woman. And she's like, she really does want to find the love of her life, just like you said. And, I know this is often used as a little bit of a cop out, but I do think men are intimidated by her. And that's part of the reason why she's still single because she's so successful. She's so able to speak up for herself and she's just so self-assured that like your security has to be 10 out of 10. An insecure man cannot handle it.
yeah. The fact that she's still single up until this point. I mean, maybe she's texting guys, but she's currently single. I'm just like feeling bad. I'm like, girl, not yet, not yet, because it just should just be a lot of good men sliding in her DMs,
Yeah.
and it just makes me think like, are there good men? And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I agree that like we need more secure men, and I'm just wondering what would be a good match for her. And I think it's kind of hard when you're a pretty girl who is also very sharp and smart.
Mhm.
That combination is I think is tough for men.
My submission, and this is based on my own experience, is that I think and I begrudge her nothing. Like this is very reasonable. You're successful. You're well educated. You're a homeowner. You want the black vet. You want the same shit. But that actually is going to introduce more opportunities for men to try to compare themselves to you and for them to try to humble you. So I actually think if she could be open to somebody who's blue collar, who maybe didn't go to school, but who is an intelligent man. And that actually sometimes that comparison like goes away because it's like there's nothing to compare. Like we're not in the same
Hmm.
area. Like there's not, it's irrelevant. And a lot
Yeah,
of times they are very secure. Like they're not concerned about like as long as they do well, yeah, I'm a plumber and I make six figures or I have a really successful business. Like sometimes being open to like the guy who doesn't have the exact background or resume that you expected could open up some different possibilities.
I hear you. I don't 100% disagree, but you basically just described Mecca.
Well,
Blue
Mecca,
collar,
he's not a representative of all those guys with being abandoned by mom and
but
crazy
he's
ass
an
dad.
example. He's an example of, and I'm not
No,
nothing.
he is not. He is not representative of that whole population. He has like very specific traumas.
He is blue collar and he is smart. And but I don't. But the thing is, what you said that I don't know if they are going to be comfortable. Some men are going to be comfortable with her having the house and making more money. I don't think a lot of them actually are. I
But
think
even the ones who are on her level aren't.
yes, I agree. I honestly think it's a man. Like I think men gotta work their shit out. Like
Hmm.
she should not have to change. She has done a lot of work to become the woman that she is
Hmm.
today. There are men Mr. Shawn, for example, who have not done that same type of work. So him today, he's not meeting her at that level because has not done the work that she's done. So I think that men really need to get out there, get their therapy, work on their ego, work on why they keep trying to humble women,
Yeah.
and figure that out. And maybe you can actually get a Nikki. Because I'm sure, honestly, truth of the matter is, maybe Nikki is actually turning down a lot of men.
Mm.
Um,
I think that's
but,
very true.
but
Hmm.
I get what you're saying. I do. I don't know. Would you date a blue collar?
I am currently. I
Oh,
already
what's
have
a
a new kickball boo girl. I got a
girl?
new one every
I
7 business
mean,
days.
yeah, actually, when we get off of this, I actually need your advice on pulling in the men. What's his job though? Like, what's his
He
blue
does
collar job?
HVAC.
HVAC. Oh well, girl,
Have you ever had a broken air conditioner? How much did that shit cost?
girl. Let me tell you, because Shamia's man, Shamia on Real Housewives of Atlanta, they have a $9 million house, and her husband runs an HVAC business. And my cousin do. Like, that's money, babes. That's money.
HVAC is money because it's not just residential. Like you could be installing the HVAC system for like a hospital or
Yes,
school system, like, and do residential on the side. Like they make bank.
yes, I agree. Okay, I actually HVAC is in my like lane of like careers I would date because yeah, my cousin, master's degree, accounting auditor, her husband and their family own baby. They just got a new Range Rover. Like they're good.
Period.
So
Hmm.
yeah, I hear you there. I hear you
Yeah.
there. Good.
See,
Glad for you.
Nikki, try it out, girl. I'm telling Nikki, be open.
Be open. We wish you luck, boo.
Yes.
I wish the women who date Shawn well.
Oof. Good luck to them. They sure need it.
I'm gonna miss them. Who? No, I was gonna ask like who's your favorite couple in the end. I don't think it's hard. I mean, is it Shawn and Nikki? No.
I don't know if there's a favorite. Of course, I'm happy for Michelle and Cameron, but I don't know if I have a favorite couple.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Michelle and Cameron. We knew. Are you surprised? Like, is there any surprise with the couples that did not make it to the end?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's a dub. That's crazy. Yeah. Is it like 6 out of
7? Didn't make it.
Okay, predictions. I think Nick is going to be engaged in the next year and a half. I do.
Okay.
I do. If he becomes a serious person, I just think it's just if he's in the world of wanting to find a girl, I just don't think it's gonna be that hard. This is like once he becomes more emotionally available and learns how to communicate, he's gonna find his girl. Marissa, I think she feels like she's gonna be single forever and she's not really dating.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of think it's easy for white people to find love. I'm just gonna be honest. I do. It's just a lot of them, and they like each other, and they, so,
But I'm looking forward to. There's a few of them that I'm gonna follow. I'm looking forward to seeing, because I really, you know what? I was listening to a podcast the other day where they were kind of talking shit about people who become who watch a reality show and then get really excited about the person's like brand deals and stuff. So they were using Alandria as an example. They were like, how come Alandria's comments are like, yes, brand deal. Yes, brand deal. Why are you excited about her getting a brand deal? Like, what does that have to do with you? And I'm like, I'm excited about her getting money. I'm excited about her being successful. She gets to quit the elevator job and now go do what she wants to do. Like, I'm happy for her. So I support when like reality stars that I like can like come up on the influencer shit. So I hope that happens for Belle. I hope it happens for Tori. You know, if Marissa wants that, I'll be happy to see her. So I kind of want to follow and just like see what happens to their like careers and if they like take off, you know.
Nikki's not really online, huh? I haven't seen her.
I've seen her comment or like reply on some threads. But I went to her Instagram and there wasn't really anything going on.
Was there any like good context that you got from her replying to stuff?
No.
Nikki, I want to know more. Get her on a podcast. I need to get the tea. Whew, how I'd survive Shawn. Actually, Shawn is cute though. He looked cute on decision day. That little suit that he wore.
Shawn's not an ugly guy, but he's the perfect example of like the personality is going to bump him up 3 or bump him down 3. Yes. If he had an amazing personality, he wouldn't be on the show. But if he had an amazing personality, he would look better.
Yeah. If he can learn how to listen and take things in, Shawn, you be on your way.
Truly.
Okay. Well, we'll be back for Traders, guys.
Yes. Thank y'all for watching us and interacting with us throughout this season. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward. Next season, Charlotte, you know, hopefully, God willing, we'll be right back. And we'll be watching Traders. There's another show. I don't know if you and I are going to talk about this together, but I might talk about it separately. The Mormon Wives are back. I love them. I love them girls.
Yeah, we can do
I love that white mess.
If you want to do, because I think they drop it all together. So if you want to do your first half and I come in for the second half, whatever, I'm in for it. I want to talk about these girls.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, okay, so we'll be back for Mormon Wives and Traders, and we get a couple of weeks off.
Yes.
It's been fun.
It's been great. All right. Toodles.
Toodles.